This is Kim speaking from 10 Sigma. Welcome to episode 74 of Transition Tuesday. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, which is using rubrics to help your students. Right now I'm going to switch over to a short slide presentation to share this information.
Today's video will discuss the definition of rubrics, the different kinds or types of rubrics, and the benefits of using rubrics. In education terminology, rubric means a scoring guide used to evaluate the quality of students' constructed responses. Rubrics usually contain evaluative criteria, quality definitions for those criteria at particular levels of achievement, and a scoring strategy. They are often presented in a table format and can be used by teachers when grading and by students when planning their work. In schools, rubrics mean grading sheets, project guides, or cover pages. They have upfront information about what is expected, and they explain to students and parents what items will be graded, how students will be graded on an assignment, and what level of quality is required to earn a particular grade. There are a few different rubric types. The first one we're going to discuss is grid rubrics. Grid rubrics breaks a larger skill or task into smaller components or criterion. The left column describes the skill or task to be measured, and the top row describes the level of performance. This type or format of rubrics is common in many school districts. Another rubric type or format is an analytical rubric. The analytical rubric breaks the skill or task into major criteria and defining details. It rates the overall skill or task. It can rate each group of the criteria, and it rates each criterion detail. It also shows where gaps or strengths may also exist in overall skill development. Other rubric types or formats include assessment rubrics. They can show the student's current level of functioning or baseline. They use consistent language. They collect current data. They provide equitable or specific expectations. And they rate complex behaviors and tasks. Then there are trial rubrics. These rubrics allow for demonstration of components or criterion. They provide the students opportunities for feedback. And progress monitoring rubrics. These rubrics show growth or regression of each component or criteria and overall skills demonstration. They also track the student's performance over time. Now let's talk about a few of the many benefits of using rubrics. First, they provide clear upfront expectations. Students, teachers, and parents know what is expected. They also provide equitable expectations, which means that every student has the same expectations, but they can also be specifically made for a student who has a very specific need. Rubrics provide guidelines or steps that are explained. Bigger concepts are broken into smaller components, and they show parts of a whole. Rubrics are also very beneficial because they provide common language across settings. Rubrics are also very helpful to build on previous student knowledge and strengths to improve their areas of need. Rubrics help to save teachers time. They state what is clearly expected and what components will be graded or rated. This also allows for very focused instruction and/or intervention. Rubrics help students understand. Students have immediate knowledge of what is expected, and their progress can be shown, which is motivational for many students. Other benefits of using rubrics include helping in developing IEPs. Rubrics show students' levels of achievement. They provide specific criteria and details for goals and objectives. They provide for reliable data collection, and they monitor progress over time. Rubrics also describe behaviors in neutral terms. Rubrics help view behavior difficulties as skill deficits rather than willful acting out. They provide opportunities to teaching missing components. Rubrics can be used in general and special education settings, and they allow for students to rate themselves and compare with others. Rubrics also help parents or caregivers understand criteria for academic and behavioral performance. When using a rubric, it's easy to collect standardized data from parents or caregivers and other teachers. And finally, rubrics are compatible with positive behavioral interventions and supports PBIS, response to intervention, and universal design for learning. They support fidelity in implementation, and they provide data-driven decision-making. For today's bonus, I'll be sending you a link to 10 Sigma's Analytical Rubric for being a responsible student in 3 different formats: assessment, trial, and progress.
Thank you for watching the video. I hope you use this information to help your students. Be sure to check your email for the bonus we just sent over. If this is the first time you've ever seen an episode of Transition Tuesday, click the link below to receive the bonus. Be sure to like and share the video and leave a comment or suggestion for a future episode of Transition Tuesday. Have a great week. See you next Tuesday.